Well, we have 3 tough games with Ohio State, USC, and Clemson. I think we'll win at least. I'll go 10-2. I'll be safe and go 10-2. I'll be safe and go 10-2. But we could win. We could win 2 of those. But I'm gonna say 10-2. I think the Clemson game's probably the not to. I don't know. I have the most confidence in beating Clemson just because of how we did this year. But I know Cade's going to be a lot better. But I also know if we have Sam Hartman, we have a chance of that game. The 2 toughest, and I think we have a chance to beat Ohio State because they have a lot of guys leaving. I know Marvin Harrison Jr. will probably be back, although USC fans think they're going to get him. So, yeah, I think I'm going to say 10-2, hopefully 11-1. TCU 3-5 because of 5-4. Oh, that's bad. That is bad for TCU. SEC got to play 9 conference games. Yeah. I think it's possible that K-State beats Bama. Ooh. Saban has a tendency to unplug for non-playoff bowl games and concentrate on recruiting. Which means O'Brien and Golding are. Ooh. If that's true, those 2 guys are running practice. I don't like that if I'm a Bama fan at all. Ooh. But their talent should still pull through at the end. Just get rid of the, okay. We have a BCS guy or a pole guy, and not use Dexter. Second half, yeah. Georgia can do on a neutral field, not in front of 100K. Well, it's not a neutral field, man. It's a home game for Georgia. Georgia is going to be playing in front of a lot of their home fans in Atlanta. Yeah, I said 10-2. Those are both at home, though. So I feel like we have a shot at winning those games. Over under at 9.5. That's fair, I guess. I mean, I'm biased. 12-team platform score. I hope it doesn't. Kickster says 9-3. No, we aren't playing Marshall again. Haha. Holy smokes. Yeah, that was a heck of a game, Joe. That was a heck of a football game. TCU being able to stop the run. Oh, I think it'll be a competition between Tyler Buckner and whoever we get at transfer. Hopefully it's Sam Hartman because he is really good. So I'm hoping we get him. But it could be someone else. Who knows? So if we get Hartman, it's probably going to be Hartman over Buckner and Minchie. And our freshman from New Jersey. Oh, I'm so scatterbrained tonight. I'm going to take like a quick look at the roster. I can't remember his name. I'm tired. Steve Angeli. So those guys are probably all going to give it their all. But I think Hartman will get it if we get him. If it's another transfer quarterback, not our first choice, it could go back to Buckner. Penn do won't let USC. Morgan here. Watching TCU in the mouth. Yeah. Oh, we did it. Oh, Joe, you're funny, man. You're funny. Okay, it was Kansas State Super Bowl. It's neutral, but yes, yeah, it is almost home. Penn State to get a lot of run yards. Overconfident fans in their chairs at home. Buckner. Long-distance relationship tonight. It is, yeah. I said the home game. Cheryl, you're like 36 formation. Okay, I don't know what that means. I know it is. Yeah, it technically isn't a home game. Yeah, that's why I was so excited. I'm like, we finally get another running quarterback who can throw at ND. He was actually more of his throwing definitely looked better in his high school film, though. I'll say that. I'm smart. I'm smart. All right, let's take a look at this stat line again. So they get a touchdown to start. We get a 3-and-out. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Terrible start. Terrible start to this game. And then, oh, Joey. Yes, hit the like button on both Facebook and YouTube. We're trying to build up Facebook for Mark, so that's why I put this on Facebook too. So if you can hit the like on both, that would be amazing. Have fun watching the Orange Bowl, guys. We're going to talk some Irish here for another half hour at least. And then I was like, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But there's such a huge fumble. So he threw it, the pass complete to Brown, and then he fumbled it, and then Tariq Bracy got it. And I'm like, we're back in this. We are back in this game. We are back in this game. I was so hyped up, man. I was already. And then it was like a 10-play, 50-yard drive. We're doing a nice mix of the run and the pass. That's when Mitchell Evans and Jane Thomas both got first downs. Logan Diggs ran well. The screen passes were well. And then Buck TB ran it for 15, and I was so fired up. Oh, I haven't been watching the Barstool Bowl, but yeah, I had Ohio in that one. I think it will be, Connor. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty confident it will be. But I think DJ is a great fit for you guys with the Beavs. I do think he's a great fit with the Beavs. All cool, but we put a lot of crap. SEC, baby. Indeed. SEC has not been looking hot. SEC has not been looking so hot. I was so fired up. And then they get a touchdown drive. And I'm just mad at the linebacker play at this point. I was mad at the linebacker play. Al Golden's a defensive coordinator and also a linebackers coach. Marcus Freeman did the same thing and did a good job with the linebackers this year. But I was just so underwhelmed with how the linebackers were this year. I felt like they were the reason for sure we lost the USC game. Also, the quarterback play could have been a little better. But, I mean, Drew Pound was dinking and dunking. It wasn't his fault. I think that was why Caleb Williams was able to kill us, because the linebacker play was so bad. I can't see him. I think he loves South Bend, Peter. I don't think he's leaving to go to the SEC. I would be shocked if he left for anywhere but maybe an NFL job, although he never even played in the NFL. I know he wouldn't go to the NFL. He loves developing. That's true, but the defense that he's playing tonight is not good, Connor. Tennessee does not have a great defense. I'm sure it's a little better than UNC's. But somehow you're rooting for the Irish. Good job, guys. Oh, you're rooting against the SEC bias, Clay. A lot of our friends in the chat were. A lot of our friends in the chat also were rooting against the SEC bias. Trevor says, even it out. Yeah, it's evened it out a bit. That's a good point, Ralph. I think you do a better job than Billy Napier at Florida. I think Margaret, I don't know why. I don't think he would ever go. I think he's doing a better job than Billy Napier, okay? And I think he also can make an argument he's doing better than Eli Drinkowitz at Missouri. For sure. But it is early. It is early for Marcus Freeman. LSU might be big. That would be hilarious. I haven't heard about that, Michigan man Jason, but if he did retire, I'm sure Ty Guy would make a video right away about it. So, yeah. But, yeah. Hopefully our linebacker play. Yeah, this is actually my guest room at my house. But I should get a picture of Lou in my dresser at school at my usual spot, but I'm on winter break, so I am doing it here. If you will follow me. Oh, great idea, Joey. Great idea. If you follow the Voice of College Football on Facebook, then when YouTube fails to notify you of lives, your backup notification comes on Facebook. You are so smart for that, Joey. You are so smart for that. In my opinion, you have no clue about... I mean, with that talent, they should have more than 6 wins, and they should be more... I know they had a lot of opt-outs, but they should be more competitive with Oregon State and have more than 6 wins with the talent that's on that roster. And they're like the 5th most talented team in the SEC, and they went 3-5. That's why I think they should have done better. And also with the coaching decisions, it just doesn't seem like he knew what he was doing for me, at least. So yeah. He'll go up for the Bear. He could. But you could also see that Bama's not going in the best direction under him right now. But I heard they're getting Cliff Kingsbury at OC. That's a rumor that Ty Guy told me about, and I believe pretty much every Ty Guy rumor about Alabama. John, of course, going to his defense mechanism of talking trash, getting whenever the SEC is doing bad. These SEC fans, a lot of the SEC fans, they just turn to Bama or Georgia to save them. Oh man, that's such a good decision. I do believe the Orange team will win the Orange Bowl, Jason. I do believe that. I think you're right on there. I do think you're right on there. It's okay, John. John's a little salty about the SEC. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. But yeah, so, and then the pick 6, and I'm like, oh boy, this could get bad. This could get really bad. But then we get a field goal, and I'm like, okay, we need to stop. And then they get a field goal, and I'm like, I don't like that. We got to score a touchdown. And then we did score a touchdown with Logan Diggs going 75 yards to the house, and I was fired up. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. And then they get a punt, and then we punt, and I'm like, darn it, I want to tie it. And then we get an interception, and then the half ends. And I'm like, okay, we played our worst. We did not play our worst half of football. We played bad halves against Stanford, Cal, and Marshall. So I'm like, okay, we played a terrible half. We're only down 7 points. Irish fan 38 wants to see Angeli. That is the... I just don't think Tommy's going to put him in. Even with Georgia. Not going to be able to blow out. Not this year. I don't know, Jason. Georgia looks really good. This is Andy's shirt. And this is actually Dad's shirt. My shirt's at school, but my dad was nice. And let me borrow his shirt. Michigan is on Georgia's this year. Ooh. Michigan man Jason coming out swinging. Really believing that his Wolverines are just as good as Georgia. They weren't last year. Well, we knew that. As soon as the game started, it looked like Michigan was just happy to be there. And Georgia was like, we're going to win the Natty. And then they won. Congratulations to Georgia for that. All right, we're going to talk about Notre Dame. You guys can keep talking trash in the chat. And then at the second half, we go 3-and-out. And I was like, oh. And then they went 3-0. And I'm like, okay, let's tie this game up. And then we tied it up with some great running. This was when we were really starting to lean on their D-line. And I was feeling good. I'm like, okay. And then they score. And I'm like, darn it. They score a deep pass that Xavier Leggett just ran right past Clarence Lewis for the touchdown. And then we throw a pick, and I'm like, oh gosh, we cannot let them score. And then they punt, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And then we punt, but we pinned them back. We did pin them back, and then they're forced to punt. And then the Braden Lindsay play, and I'm like, let's go, Irish. We're not sure yet, but he's bringing in better talent than with Kelly did. So we love him much better than Kelly as a person, but we aren't totally sure. I feel like I would like to see a coordinator change if things don't get better next year. I do think we need a coordinator change with all the talent coming in to coach him up right. And if that coordinator change fails, then Marcus Freeman will eventually have to go. But right now, I mean, 9-4, not what we wanted to see in South Bend. Not what the Irish fans wanted to see. So, yeah, but I do think it's too early to tell right now, unfortunately. Obviously, if we would have went 11-1 or 10-2, I would say, yeah, we have the right coach. But we went 9-4. I mean, we didn't do terrible, but we didn't do what we wanted this year. So right now, it's still incomplete, Clay. But I hope we do. I really hope we can go 10-2 or 11-1 next year, and then we'll know for sure. But if we go 9-3 or 8-4 again, I do think that we have to make a coordinator change, and then the next year, if we don't see improvement, we will eventually have to fire Marcus Freeman. But right now, it's still incomplete. But I still supporting him and want him to be our coach. But thank you for your question. Appreciate that. So then Braden Lindsay gets the touchdown, and I'm like, okay, I think we got this game won. Then 3-and-out, and then touchdown. The Logan Diggs 39-yard touchdown, and I'm like, all right, we won. Let's just get a stop, and we did get a stop. And then I'm like, all right, let's run it down the field and score. But then they get the pick six, and I was crushed. But I still had hope in our running game to able to take us home, to take the lead, and we do. And then we get the turnover and downs, and we won. Man, this was a wild game, guys. This was a wild game.